Hi library friends, I'm Miss Ashley with the Kings County Library, and today I'd like to show you how to make a paper pigeon. To make our paper pigeon, what we need is some blue paper, if you have it, or if you only have white paper, you could color that blue. A little bit of orange paper, or again, if you only have white paper, you can color it orange. You'll need some scissors and something to write with. A pencil or a marker, a crayon will work, and some glue. All right, the first step in making your pigeon is to take your hand and something to write with. Place your hand flat on the paper and trace. I'm using my pencil in case I make a mistake, so then I can just erase it. All right, this looks good. There's my hand. And then I'm going to use my scissors with a grown-up's permission. And I'm going to cut all around the line that I just drew. So I'm going to cut out my hand from the paper. Can you see my thumb? Now this pigeon that we're making, you may recognize him. He is one of my favorite picture book characters. We're going around and around until my whole hand is cut out. So now I have my hand. I want this part of my hand to be round. So I am going to just cut around the very bottom, just to make it a little rounded, because I like that I like how that looks better. So the next thing you're going to do is place your hand sideways and flat. With the same blue paper, you can draw a circle and a rectangle and then cut them out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my black marker to make the wing. You can see if you put your hand sideways, then you make almost like a sideways U shape. So I'm going to set that down and make my sideways U. Then I'm going to put a small dot of glue on my rectangle. So I have my rectangle, just a small bit of glue. And now I'm going to put that right here at the rounded part of my hand. So this is where my wrist would be. So there's your rectangle. The next thing I'm going to do is put a small dot of glue on the other side of the rectangle. A small dot, and then I'm going to take my circle put my circle on the top of my rectangle. So it's starting to look a little bit like our friend. Then I'm going to take my orange paper, and this edge is pretty flat. So what I'm going to do is just cut a thin strip. So I have a very skinny rectangle, and I'm going to cut that in half. So now I have two skinny rectangles. I'm going to put a dot of glue on the top of each. And then on the end of my hand that is opposite from the rectangle and the circle, so those are on the top, I'm going to put this little orange bit at the bottom, and then the other one right next to it. Those are going to be our pigeon's legs. And you can see the back, that's where I glued it. And now our pigeon needs a beak. So we'll take, again, just this little bit of paper, and I am just going to cut a corner off, because if I cut a corner off, then I will have a very small triangle, which is going to make the perfect beak. So I will put another dot of glue right here on the corner of my triangle, and I'm going to put this right in the middle of my circle, which is going to be the pigeon's head. So now it's starting to look like a pigeon, right? And then if you have a googly eye, I have these little googly eyes, so I'm going to glue this right in the center of my circle. Small dot of glue, and add the googly eye. If you don't have a googly eye though, you could just use your marker or your pencil, your crayon, and you can just draw an eye. And if you are a big fan of this pigeon like I am, you'll know that he has a white stripe around his neck. But I don't have any white, so what I'm going to do is draw two thin black lines just to outline. Oh, and I didn't draw it on his friend either. So we'll draw it over here too. So now he has his stripe across his neck, just like in the books. I hope you enjoyed making a pigeon with me today. I had a lot of fun. I do want to remind you though, after you make this pigeon, definitely don't let it drive the bus. Until next time.